The city of Dallas, Texas. Coming to you live on this Tuesday night. It's the NBA on DA. Take it away.
Hey, Kevin.
It might indeed, David. Well said. Thank you for that report. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. We've got Ibaka, Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Batum in at the 4 slot. And for Dallas, Porzingis is out there with Marjanovic. Then there's Luka Doncic. Then there's Hardaway. And it's Finney-Smith in at the small forward. Now here's Leonard. It's stolen by Marjanovic. Here's Finney-Smith. Defended by Beverley. Out to Doncic. Pass to Marjanovic. Leonard with the steal. And here they come. All going up court. And that one's good. Beverley.
Just the first good move in a game of chess between these two coaches.
Strategy is going to be a big part of the outcome tonight. We'll see which team dictates the style of play.
And so the Los Angeles Clippers get the first points of the ballgame. Here's Doncic. Shot is good off the back rim and in. And the teams we're seeing tonight, Steve, they have very deep rotation.
And Kevin, when you can go maybe 10 deep, it keeps your locker room happy. It also protects your team against injuries sinking a season. Slippery play by Paul George to get inside. He ends up right where he wanted to be for the shot.
Beverley against Doncic. And the pass to Hardaway. Now Marjanovic. 6 on the shot clock. Porzingis trying to get free. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
The Mavericks shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort.
And the Clippers making a change here. Zubac is checked in. Now here's Beverley. Pass to Leonard. He can't get that one. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for Dallas. Ahead. And it's Porzingis that time on the assist by Doncic.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult. And it was interesting how the Dallas franchise sold its fans on Doncic. Ownership told them, think of a 6'7" Steve Nash. Isn't quite the shooter Steve was, but is only a teenager. Great vision. Boy, he can really pass it. And it turns out Doncic is all of that and more.
Shut down. This is the way you play defense. This is how you protect the rim.
And there's the call on Patrick Beverley. That is his first foul of the game. And some changes here for the Mavericks. Nelly is checked in for Marjanovic. Richardson comes in for Hardaway. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Now here's Doncic. Kicks it out to Richardson. Up again. It's hauled in by Zubac. The Clippers trail. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
We know Beverley's ability as a defender, but don't underestimate his ability as a distributor. He has good vision.
And even Nash himself called Doncic a dream prospect.
Yeah, it said Luka was big and mobile enough in the modern game, can guard multiple positions, has a skill set, a winning mentality, and those leadership qualities. Steve Nash sounding like a future GM.
Here's George, following the basket by Kristaps Porzingis. George passes to Batum, and that one is good.
Excellent pass, PG-13, keeping his eyes up, using his vision.
Mavericks have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Doncic against Beverly. And the dunk by Doncic.
Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, we'll probably see more of them.
Especially if the defense is going to allow you to do it. Have to switch on that play.
Here's Zubac. The Mavericks making the shot. Back to George. An easy 2 points on the layup. George has got his second basket of the game.
Excellent concentration from Paul George, overwhelming the aggressive defense with his strength and determination.
Doncic feeling it out. It's hauled in by Zubac.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
And you see Kawhi's hustle in transition, always putting himself in position to succeed.
Brunson against George. On the wing, Doncic. And the dunk by Porzingis. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
So at the end of 1 quarter of play. Recently, we spoke with Patrick Beverly about his throwback style.
Old school basketball, you know.
Now, pound for pound, Greg, Beverly may be the most physical player in the league.
And he also gets in your head. It's a combination that allows him to get stops against guys as big as Kevin Durant.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Especially at the start. You want to get something positive going and establish your rhythm.
And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. Pocket is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Luke Kennard. And there's Jackson, and it's man in at the 3.
With a high basketball IQ and improving playmaking abilities, Luke's growing as a distributor.
And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for the Mavericks. Trailing by 2. Passes it to Cauley-Stein. Pass to Finney-Smith. Back to Cauley-Stein. Right wing. Dallas moving the ball around. It's stolen by Ibaka. And now the Clippers on the break. And the foul on Josh Richardson. That's his first foul. And the Mavericks with some changes. Marjanovic checked in for Cauley-Stein. Hardaway is subbed in for Jalen Brunson. Outside for Jackson. Good work defensively by Richardson.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
And then Hardaway with the dunk.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. And Greg, Josh Richardson's a terrific ball handler out on the wing who can create for others.
Richardson gets a lot of assists per game at that wing position, not just looking to finish plays, but also to create for others. Very well-rounded threat on the offensive end, and that gives this team another dimension in terms of playmaking.
And it's good for 2. Leonard's got the lead up to 2 now for Los Angeles.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The pass to Marjanovic. Leonard against Powell. Kicks it out to Richardson. Just 5 to shoot. Back to Powell. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. And here we go. Here's Mann. Finished off the break. And the Clippers lead by 4.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Powell down low. He's covered by Leonard. It's tipped. And it's out of bounds. And they say it was last touched by Leonard.
And he jumped out to that ball immediately. Great reaction on that deflection.
A little bit late there, but you tried to get into your opponent's head. Force them to go somewhere else with the ball, and he did that.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Porzingis is coming in for Dwight Powell. And Doncic is subbed in for Josh Richardson. Beverly against Doncic. And Beverly kicks to Zubats. And the layup is good. Now it's a 6-point Los Angeles lead.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
Doncic outside. Pass to Marjanovic. It's hauled in by the Clippers. 1:29 left in the first half of the game. Kennard, the pass to Beverly. Batum inside the 3-point line. And a little luck that time, but it drops.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Pass to Marjanovic. Looking to end the run. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Doncic has got his 4th assist in this one. Los Angeles leading by 6. Pass to Zubats. Hardaway with the steal. Doncic left side. Sinks that one from the post. Doncic has got 6 points.
Guys, you never know what you'll see when you're watching Luka Doncic. His offensive creativity is through the roof.
Now the pass to Zubats. Now here's Kennard. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. And the whistle blows, and it's going to be an over-the-back call here.
And guys, as soon as you start going over and through a rebounder, you're probably going to get whistled for over the back.
Couldn't have been more obvious about it. That's just a lack of discipline, not the way you're taught to do it.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Marjanovic. Nicolo Melli comes in for Porzingis. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Here's Melli. Tries again. Out to Hardaway. Brunson the pass to Cauley-Stein. Goes back up. Can't get the layup. Here's George. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly. All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you. And for the Clippers, the wing tandem of Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. And that does it for our...
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
I think both sides probably adjusted a few things. The key for him is to bring the same level of energy over these last 2 quarters.
We've got Luka Doncic. Porzingis is out there with Marjanovic. Then there's Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3, the small forward. So that's who Rick Carlisle starts the second half with. And Beverly kicks to Batum. A 3 from Leonard. That one misses. The Mavericks trail it.
And as he gets deeper into his career, Serge Ibaka's shooting continues to improve. What a great job he's done of changing how he scores.
It's very impressive because a late bloomer Serge Ibaka has been on the offensive end. Let's look at last season, his highest point per game average, and he's in his 11th NBA season. That still has great efficiency on the offensive end, but sometimes he's overlooked as a scorer on this team.
Now the feed to Leonard. It's stolen by Marjanovic. And now the fast break. Doncic with the ball. And Hardaway gets it to go.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Great job of reading the floor, got to the rim, and made a play.
Outside Leonard. Back to George. And the foul on Dorian Finney-Smith. That's his first foul. Josh Richardson's checked in for the Mavericks. And the Clippers making a change here as well. Jackson's checked in. Outside for George. 6 to shoot. Leonard on the wing. That one wide left.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Greg, I think of you in a New York Knicks uniform, legendary arena you played in. What was that experience like?
Kevin, intense. I remember the first time I suited up in a preseason game. We played the Dallas Mavericks. Both teams went up and down the court 3 times and nobody scored, and the fans started booing. And that's when I knew this is a little bit different. You better bring your A game.
And thicker skin, correct?
That too, yeah. And fortunately, there was no social media or internet back then. Goodness gracious.
Here's Batum. Feeds to Leonard. And he overshot that one, missing.
They just don't have it right now. 0 for 4. Must have been one poor speech at halftime.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Nelly is checked in for Dallas. Jalen Brunson comes in for Doncic. Kennard, he's checked in for Los Angeles. And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here.
Let's see if Coach can get them back on the right track.
Because right now it feels like the pace is being dictated to them. They need to go back to playing their brand of basketball.
Two minutes gone in this third quarter now. Finney-Smith. And with the rebound. Clippers trail by 4. Jackson dishes to Cousins. Misses in close. Mavericks have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. And the dunk by Porzingis.
And just wanting it more there. You got to like seeing Porzingis beat everyone to the spot in the open floor.
Jackson looking around. And the foul on Josh Richardson. That's foul number 2 for him. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter.
I love the intensity dial up here from a defensive standpoint in the second half, doing a much better job.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Runs in the pass to Finney Smith. And here's Richardson. Kennard covering. Pass to Mellon. Cousins knocks it away.
He is so reliable. DeMarcus making a play and making it look easy.
They get it back. Jackson dishes to Cousins. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Here's Zubac. And they convert it last on attempt number 3. Zubac has got his second basket. Brunson against Jackson. Here's Porzingis, and denied. He sends it right off the glass. Passes it to Mann. Back to Kennard. Pass to Cousins. Here's Mann. Clock at 4. There's Jackson with the 3. It's hauled in by Richardson. Mavericks leading by 4. It's deflected. And that'll be Dallas as it goes out of bounds. Mavericks retain possession. And some changes here for the Mavericks. Marjanovic checked in for Melly. Doncic comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Hardaway is subbed in for Richardson. And then for Los Angeles, Serge Ibaka is checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for DeMarcus Cousins. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Reggie Jackson.
Batum brings length and a versatile game to his spot on the wing, and his defense always a big asset for this team. He's the kind of player that everybody needs to have out there, kind of a glue guy. And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
Runs in the pass to Porzingis. Wants to get it to Doncic, and does. And that one's good. Marjanovic has got 8 points.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
Brunson against Beverley. 27 seconds left in the third quarter, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
I like seeing Patrick Beverley attack the interior. Sometimes he becomes too perimeter oriented.
Doncic outside. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. The Mavericks shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here. And the first one drops.
And what's so impressive about Doncic, the maturity. Yes, he's polished, but he's got a completeness to his game at such a young age.
George looking around. Stolen by Brunson. The third quarter comes to a close. Mavericks lead by 4. And we'll get going after this from the... How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Fundamental basketball. Keep your eyes up. Keep the ball moving. You're going to keep the defense on its heels.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the fourth quarter. So for the Clippers right now, we've got Kawhi Leonard. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then there's Batum, and it's Ibaka in at the 5 spot. Beverley dishes to Batum.
And Porzingis demonstrating there why he's an effective two-way player, positioning himself well there to just bother the shooter.
Leonard against Doncic.
Since halftime, he has just been in a funk offensively.
No luck, they battled on the glass, but couldn't knock it down. Brunson, good.
Nice awareness there, finding the open man down the court on the break.
Hardaway against George. He kicks it to Beverley. The The pass to George. From deep. The Clippers rebound. Batum passes to George. Left side, Ibaka. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Bogdanovich. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Jalen Brunson.
Dorian Finney-Smith.
Here's Beverly. Pass to Batum. Outside for George. 5 to shoot. He can't get it to go. And it's Dallas the other way. Here's Finney-Smith. Powered down with both hands.
Really, really good possession there. They've never lost their focus, even as the game's gotten tight.
With their lead starting to stretch out just a little bit here late, they're in a prime position now to wrap this one up.
George finds Beverly. Back to George. And the call, and it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the official.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively and involving the coaches by being able to. A challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, I heard Rick Carlisle during that last break talking with the team. He told them this is a game of runs. It's a game of momentum. We may have the lead now, but I'm telling you guys, it can evaporate in a hurry. Let's close this thing out. Kevin?
Yeah, that was the third straight high-percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Leonard kicks to George. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Power move from PG-13. He's added a lot of muscle to his frame over the years, putting it to good use right there.
2 shots.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second, despite being down.
Pass to Finney-Smith. Back to Doncic. Pass to Hardaway. Porzingis against Batum. And there it is for him. Porzingis has got the lead up to 8 now for Dallas.
And don't look now, but they're starting to extend this lead.
They're doing it by building it out, step by step, valuing each possession.
George dishes to Beverly. Kicks it to Ibaka. Mavericks with the rebound. Now the Mavericks moving it up. Pushing it up. No good from Finney-Smith. Clippers trail by 8. And George, here we go. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
With his great length and skill, Paul George has no trouble getting points in the paint.
Doncic against Beverly. Puts one up from 19. And it's Doncic missing. Clippers have gone just 1 of 6 in the field to start the 4th quarter. A bit of a slowdown for them right now.
Crucial points. Kawhi stepping up to the plate when his team needs him the most.
Doncic against Beverly. Doncic right side. From the arc. Yes, and it's Hardaway picking up the assist. And the Mavericks lead by 7.
And love how much Doncic believes in himself. It shows when he shoots off the pass like that.
George from deep three-point land tried to come right back with the 3 of his own. It's no good. Here's Doncic. And the dunk by Doncic.
Taking no chances. They go on one last run to seal the deal.
Not messing around at all. They were focused, relentless, and they got the job done.
Leonard looking around. It's up a three. It's good from long range.
Trying to ice this one. Kawhi showing his evolution as a closer.
And so it's Porzingis. He'll bring it up for Dallas. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Leonard with the steal.
They've got to take the first good shot they can find.
And even if they make it, they need an immediate foul no matter who catches the ball.
Porzingis passes to Marjanovic. And Marjanovic with the slam.
And ever since halftime, they played precision basketball offensively.
You know, the coach has had something to say about that. No question, they've settled in and executed brilliantly.
The putback. So we see the Mavericks get the win here. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The bustling city of Portland, Oregon. We are near.
Kevin, thanks.
He stays working and stays true. David, thank you. Here are the five for the Clippers. They've got Paul George. Batum is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Ibaka in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for the Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Norman Powell is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the five.
And you look at Robert Covington, first-team all-defense in 2018, the kind of versatile stopper that every team in the league could use.
Now here's Leonard. Good work there as it goes.
Talk about someone who knows all the angles. Kawhi on the interior.
McCollum against George. McCollum deciding where to go with it. Pass to Lillard. Lets it go with a three. McCollum no good. And Covington maybe not a star, but he's a winning player. We've seen that.
And the perfect example of that 3-and-D role player can guard 4 or 5 positions and can definitely sling it from outside.
And Leonard gets it to go. Leonard's got his second bucket of the night.
What strength from Leonard there, not allowing the defense to get the best of it.
Pass to Powell. Just around a minute and a half into the first quarter. And there's the pass to Lillard. The tray. They get it again. And it's blocked by Ibaka.
The size, the timing of Ibaka, tailor-made for protecting the rim.
Just 5 on the clock. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. McCollum finds Covington, and there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
Just 1 for 5 from the field now? I mean, they've come out flat. They need to pick up the energy.
And a chance there to look back at the stunning mobile one block a moment ago.
Some intimidation right away. Got to show those shooters you're going to be there all night long.
Now here's Leonard, and it's Norman Powell with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Leonard kicks to Beverly. Nurkic with the steal. He's got a clear path. Covington passes to Pop. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. Clippers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Outside Leonard. Passes it to Beverly. On the wing, George. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Portland's gone 0 of 3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Lillard misses. And so Ibaka will bring it up for the Clippers. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
And the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
McCollum against George. McCollum dishes to Lillard. Stolen by George. Up the floor. Here's Beverly. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. George has got 3 assists in the game. Trailblazers trail by 6. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. And Lillard kicks to Nurkic. Here's Covington from down in the low post. It goes. Greg, we have a league of many great playmakers, don't we?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. LeBron James is obvious. You know, he played point guard technically for the first time last season, but he's always been a floor general. You look at a young man like John Morant, and he's been on the attack since day one.
Oh, that was a strong dunk.
That's how you go hard. And putting his explosive athleticism on full display there. George is capable of some highlight reel dunks.
Lillard against Beverly to the inside. It's stolen by Ibaka. 4-on-3 break. And Leonard gets it to go on the assist by George. George has got his 4th assist in this one. Lillard against Beverly. Now here's Powell. Tight defense on him. The feed now to Covington. Clock at 6. Nurkic in the post. Working on Ibaka. And he gets it to go.
And terrific floor awareness. I mean, it's obvious Covington has a great feel for when his teammates are wide open.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Outside for George. He feeds it to Ibaka. Not going to go that time. Great D that time from Nurkic. Here's Powell. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Oh, he hit it! Oh, he hit it!
What a great goal! Wow, what a way to finish up the quarter.
Every once in a while, a prayer like that.
I think it comes from the...
And that's the kind of support, Greg, he gives his teammates on and off the floor.
And, you know, guys naturally trust him. They believe in him, and he typically comes through when they need him.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
With the game being fast-paced these days, you can expect this from a lot of teams. But they did it very well.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the court for the Trailblazers, they've got Collins, also Anthony out there. C.J. McCollum out there with Enes Kanter. And it's Simons in at point guard.
Oh, he's never rattled at the strike. Always has that nice soft touch on his free throws.
Anthony down low. All alone. And it's Simons missing.
He's as surprised as anyone with that miss. When he's left alone like that, you can usually count him. But, you know, Anthony's getting more floor time last season. He worked his way into the Blazers' rotation. He's still young, though. It seems like he can carve a role out on his team.
Simons, the pass to Kanter. To the paint. A nice shot by Simons. Simons Collins has got his first basket of the night.
This is the kind of ball movement they want to get from Cantor. Scan the floor, and when you spot the open man, get it to him.
And Simon's a bit undersized at that two-guard position. Only 6'3", but a natural two with playmaking ability.
Ultimately, this team wants him to be a scoring threat off the bench. I mean, have him come in firing from outside. He's got a lot of work to get to that point.
Jackson from long range. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. And now Portland on the break. Here's Collins. Makes it off the glass. Collins has got his first basket.
Fantastic mobility and understanding where to position himself. Collins is a viable threat in transition.
Outside Jackson. Pass to Leonard. Here's Kennard. And that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
Second chance points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
Yeah, that's what's frustrating because you did the job defensively to get the stop, and then you gave it right back.
Pass to McCollum. Puts it up. Tries to keep it alive. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. Damian Lillard's checked in for McCollum. And a switch here also for the Clippers. Serge Ibaka has checked in for Kawhi Leonard. Lillard against Jackson. And the pass to Ibaka. Back to Jackson. Shoots the 3. Here's Zubac. And Cantor pulls it down.
He doesn't get the finish, but the D's got to be quicker to rotate and stop him from getting to the rim.
Count it. Lillard's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Now about 3 minutes gone in this second quarter of basketball. Zubac kicks to Kennard. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Greg, can you really compare players from completely different eras? I mean, people love to talk about the greatest of all time.
You know, Kev, some players do transcend eras. There's no doubt about that. Wilt's a great example. And there are many others. But in reality, to your point, the style and the way in which the game was played was so different that it isn't fair. I mean, all you can be is the best of your generation or one of the best. And I think that should stand no matter what the conversation is.
Like, there's no doubt in your mind Oscar Robertson could play in this era as well as he played when he played.
No doubt. Bill Russell, all those guys.
Yes,
They're truly
yes.
great ones. So much of your ability to perform at a high level is built around your confidence and your belief in your abilities. And those guys.
And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Anthony right side. The Clippers grab the miss. 1:02 left now here in the second. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
Well, that's what they want to see out of Beverly. Decisive basketball. Nice, aggressive drive to the cup.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Lillard surveying the D. Outside, Covington. Kicks to Nurkic, passes to Pop. Nurkic trying to get open. Offensive rebound. Covington. And the rejection by Ibaka. And now the Clippers on the break. George has got the ball. He made that one. Basket number 3 for him. He's also missed 2.
And hustle paying off there for George in the open court. Gets up court in a flash and finishes before the D can even react.
Outside Anthony. Pass to Powell to stop the run. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Yeah, and it hasn't just been the offensive output.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to the story early on was Kawhi Leonard, who was on fire. He had 12. And that'll do it for our.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, slicing through the gaps in the defense. I mean, getting many of his buckets in the paint.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Batum. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Ibaka. And it's Beverly in at the point. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Robert Covington picks one up.
And Beverly's a guy who loves physical contact. He really tries his best to absorb the contact on his shots to draw these fouls.
Both free throws good from Beverly. Now here's McCollum. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Right side, Covington shoots over Batum, and that one goes long. Clippers leading by 19. And Beverly kicks to George. Back to Beverly. Shot clock at 6. Leonard against McCollum with his first shot attempt. Second shot opportunity. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Leonard's got 14.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Batum against Covington. Lillard left side. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. So for the Trailblazers, Cantor checked in for Nurkic. Zach Collins comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Simons in for Lillard. A tremendous mobile one block that we had to see again. Great send back.
Emphatic with the rejection. You've got to appreciate that kind of forceful defense.
Leonard, no luck.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Powell, that's good.
A great awareness on the floor from Cantor right there. Spots an opening and feeds for the assist.
Jackson passes to Leonard. Back to Jackson. Up top, Leonard. He's guarded by McCollum. Pass to man. Nobody near Leonard. The pass to man. Leonard on the wing. He's covered by Cantor. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And the fact that Leonard can pour it in like tonight, and in addition to his defense, is really why he's one of the best two-way players we've ever seen.
Simons, the pass to McCollum. Here's Simons. Kicks it out to McCollum. It's hauled in by Zubac.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change. And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Collins, good.
This is where you want Collins to get the ball. He's a throwback kind of big man who thrives inside.
And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Passes it to Leonard. And there's a minute 45 left to play in the third. Outside Jackson. Hits it from three-point range. Jackson's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Oh, man, you really like seeing Jackson get going from the perimeter. His three-point shot has come a long way.
Pass to Cantor. He kicks to Powell.
Come on.
Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Knocked loose, stolen by Cantor. And now Portland on the break. Powell, that's good. Powell's got 4 points in the quarter.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, you can tell they love to get out and run when the opportunity is there.
So for the Trailblazers, Nurkic checked in for Cantor, and Anthony subbed in for Zach Collins. Kennard, he's checked in for the Clippers. Here's Leonard. 16 points for him. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From deep three-point range. And it's out of bounds. And they say it was last touched by Leonard. Robert Covington's checked in for Portland. Damian Lillard comes in for Anthony Simons. And Lillard kicks to Anthony. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. George dishes to Leonard. Left side, Ibaka. The Clippers need to get off a shot, and he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Lillard fires away from way outside. And so it's Los Angeles with an 18-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. And we'll be right back after this. And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. And so here's Portland. It's an 18-point game. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Anthony in at the small forward position. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. Shot from the top of the key, and they will fall over the back on the play.
And guys, as soon as you start going over and through a rebounder, you're probably going to get whistled for over the back.
A little too aggressive. You appreciate the hustle, but you want to be smart about it.
It's stolen by Anthony. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. McCollum gets the ball, and 2 shots come. And here we go, coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul, seeing if that was the right call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. Double checking, and the game continues on.
DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Leonard. And both free throws good for Covington. Clippers leading by 16. Pass to Kennard. Outside, George. Shoots off the step back. Portland grabs the miss.
Oh, he did everything right there except hit the shot.
Anthony, the pass to Nurkic. Some solid defense from Ibaka. The Clippers shooting it really well. 54% from the floor. Beverly for 3. That shot missing. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way. Shots good by Anthony.
And love the muscle Anthony brings to the 3 spot. Takes pride in outworking everyone when he's that deep inside.
About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now. George against McCollum. 6 to shoot. And George kicks to Kanawha. And the Clippers miss again. Trailblazers trail by 14. Here's Lillard. It's hauled in by George. Los Angeles has gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. The shot that time not on target. Good D by Covington. Here's Lillard, and it's good off the back of the rim and in.
Such a smart play. Lillard willing to take the jumper from the mid-range.
Clippers leading by 12. Los Angeles calls timeout.
They're trying to stem the tide here.
Yeah, they have to regroup and revisit their strategy at the defensive end.
Norman Bowles checked in for the Trailblazers. The Clippers also changing it up. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Cousins. And it's Leonard in for Luke Kennard. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, guys, over the break, I was able to listen to Tyronn Lue's huddle. He said, this is where mistakes can kill us. This is where mistakes can turn this thing completely around. Protect the basketball and make the simple play. In other words, guys, no hero ball right now.
All right, David, thanks. There's the pass to Powell. For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Passes it to Nurkic. Beverly against Lillard. Pass to McCollum. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. We're in the final quarter of play here, 3 minutes in. George looking around, trying to get open as Ibaka. And right on through for another basket. He's got 5 made on 5 of 9 shooting. Trailblazers trail by 14. McCollum outside. Pass to Lillard. From deep. That one, no good. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. Kicks it out to Leonard. Takes a 3. Rebounded by Covington.
With all these three-pointers he's missed in the first half, I mean, he's become a weight around the neck. Somebody tell this guy to be more unselfish.
Ibaka against Nurkic. Leonard the pass to George. Here's Batum. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Clippers.
Well, the one thing that jumps out in this game is the free throw shooting, which they did a much better job at.
Absolutely. A big plus. And oftentimes your performance at the line can be the difference in a game. And I think tonight we saw that.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Kawhi Leonard.
He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked down big shots all game long.
Cullen passes to Lillard. Here's Nurkic. Rebounded by Serge Ibaka. And so Ibaka will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. And here's the break. Lillard outside. Kicks it to Nurkic. So the Clippers winning this one easily. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they... Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll do it, folks.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Thanks for joining us here on 2K Sports for Hey, Dave.
Kevin, thanks very much.
Portland is indeed one of the great cities in the NBA. David, thank you. Now, a look at Dallas's starting lineup. They've got Porzingis, Tim Hardaway Jr. out there with Luka Doncic. Then there's Marjanovic, and it's Finney Smith in at the 3 slot. And for the Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Powell in at the small forward. Now here is Hardaway, following the missed shot by Nurkic. They grabbed their own miss. Here's Marjanovic. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket.
And the rebound and the follow show you what he is all about. Gritty and determined with a soft touch to match.
Now here's McCollum. Nurkic the pass to Powell. Porzingis with the rebound.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Out to Hardaway. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Tonight, Greg, 2 teams with a lot of history that know each other very, very well.
And sometimes familiarity breeds contempt.
Yeah.
And that goes for the players, coaches, and fans. This one might get heated.
I'm sure you felt that way many times when you played.
Almost every time I took the floor.
Good.
You literally want to dislike your opponent. And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now, here's Doncic. Over to the wing. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Finney Smith. And it's Portland with the rebound. Here's Covington. Great D that time from Hardaway.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Now here's Marjanovic. Doncic outside. Over Lillard. Doncic, no good.
You know, currently they're just 1 of 5 from the field. That's not going to get it done.
Porzingis with the block.
Tell you what, Porzingis showing great timing as the anchor of the defense there.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And he's got his first free throw of the game. First free throw is good. Simons, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. That one falls, so he hits both of them. The Trailblazers have gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. Doncic with the steal. And it's the Mavericks on the break. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot.
Well, you know, guys, we know Hardaway can score, but when he makes these passes, it makes him a lot more dangerous.
McCollum against Hardaway. McCollum kicks to Powell. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. Mavericks leading by 6. Hardaway finds Porzingis. On the wing, Doncic. Sinks the three-pointer. Doncic has got 7 points.
You know, he's a capable shooter from outside, guys, and for Doncic, I think it's a matter of just shooting with confidence all the time.
And known as a tremendous shooter for his size, Porzingis wasn't quite as accurate last season, which surprised some people.
Yeah, and you know, Greg, some people would automatically assume that because Doncic attracts so much attention that Porzingis would get more wide open looks, but you got to remember Porzingis missed the full season and was coming off an injury and needed to reacclimate himself to NBA gameplay. So that takes usually a season plus another season before you're all the way back.
Here's Simons. Tim Hardaway making his last shot. Good on the shot.
Offensively, McCollum sees the floor well. Not surprised to see him spot the open teammate.
Doncic feeling it out. Pass to Finney-Smith. Out to Hardaway. 6 on the shot clock. Finney-Smith passes to Marjanovic. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to be on Jusuf Nurkic. This is his first free throw of the game. A different look now for Portland. Cantor checked in for Jusuf Nurkic. Zach Collins comes in for Robert Covington. And Anthony subbed in for Norman Powell. Dallas also making some changes. Melly is checked in for Porzingis. Josh Richardson comes in for Hardaway. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Here's Simons. Back to McCollum. No good on that one. Good work defensively by Richardson. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Passes it to Marjanovic. Drops in the layup for 2. Marjanovic has got 6.
And the defense looks soft early on. They've got to sum it up. A little more sense of urgency.
Yeah, they've got to do a little more to disrupt their offensive rhythm, too.
Collins wide open. He fires. Off target with his 3. Richardson gets a wide open look. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And so it's down. 13 points. And before the game, we talked to Damian Lillard. You know, Greg, he is...
I don't fear nobody.
And if Lillard's proved anything to us, Greg, in his career, you know he loves a challenge.
One of the premier big shot makers in this game. I don't know if there's anyone you'd rather give the ball to in crunch time.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And quite a position here for the Mavericks to be in. What do you think, guys?
Aggressive at running guys to the backboard. You could tell it was part of their game plan coming in.
Yeah, and you know, when a team establishes an edge on the glass early, it really sets things up for the rest of the game.
We've got Damian Lillard. Collins is out there with Enes Kanter. Then it's Anthony. And it's Simons in at the shooting guard position. They're the group the Portland Trail Blazers will start the second quarter with. Here's Lillard. The Mavericks making the shot. And we're starting the second quarter, about a minute gone. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
No excuse giving Lillard that kind of positioning. That's just too easy.
Lillard against Brunson. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. His 3-pointers off the mark.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
And that's a foul called on Dwight Powell. That is his first foul of the game. And Portland making a change here. Powell's checked in. And Dallas with a change here too. Cauley Stein's checked in. Now here's Anthony. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet.
Carmelo Anthony showing you his passing skill there.
And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for Dallas. Doncic outside. From deep 3-point range. And Kanter pulls it down.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Nurkic checked in for Portland. Robert Covington comes in for Zach Collins. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Dallas. Mavericks leading by 13. Inside. The shot by Powell, no good. For Portland, they've gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Nurkic, the pass to Covington. Out of bounds. Dallas takes possession. Porzingis is checked in for Dallas. Hardaway comes in for Jalen Brunson. Dallas has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Richardson outside. You know, Greg, we know there's some power finishers in the NBA like Giannis Antetokounmpo, but he complains a lot that he needs to sell contact rather than muscle through it. How do you evaluate those kind of power finishers in the game?
Well, I mean, there's still power will always play a role, especially when you can add in quickness and athleticism. And I think you start right there with Giannis. I mean, he's kind of epitomizes that. LeBron obviously is still in that category. And a guy like Kawhi Leonard, he can send you into the stanchion when he gets going downhill as well.
And Cauley-Stein with the basket on the assist from Hardaway. Cauley-Stein's got his first bucket of the night. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And the foul called on Tim Hardaway Jr. That is his first foul of the game. C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for Carmelo Anthony. The Mavericks also with a sub. Marjanovic checked in for Cauley-Stein. Here we go, one-on-one. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Well, part of their game plan was to block out the noise and just stay focused.
And what's been impressive is that it's not been any one player. It's been a collective effort, contributions from everybody.
And so the ball's out of bounds. Powell touched it last. And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. Richardson against Lillard. Richardson right side. Here's Porzingis. No good on that one. Now Portland takes it the other way. Here's McCollum. And the layup's good off the glass. McCollum's got his first bucket in this one.
Yeah, you know, Lillard has been so good at finding the open man, puts a lot of zip on his passes, and he knows he's responsible for getting his teammates the ball.
Here's Finney-Smith with a step back. Rebounded by Covington. Covington's got his fourth rebound with that last one here tonight for the Trailblazers. Enes Kanter's checked in for Nurkic. Collins comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. Dallas also making some changes. Nicolo Melli comes in for Marjanovic. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Richardson.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint. Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
Boy, this is bad. Tough to watch. I mean, this is really bad. He's stone cold, this boy. Man.
And he's good on the three ball. Simons has got 5. Now, Doncic. He has 7. Jacks up a 3. The shot comes out. And so it's Dallas enjoying a 12-point.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K. Dallas has the edge here at halftime. They are leading by 12. And that's...
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You have to like what you're seeing from Luka Doncic.
And even with the defense shading towards him on every trip down, he still finds a way to come up big.
Well, we're not surprised by that. No more than what we've come to expect of him. He can adapt and adjust to anything a defense tries to throw at him.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. On the floor for Dallas, Hardaway is out there with Luka Doncic. And there's Porzingis. Then there's Marjanovic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3. The putback, great positioning on the putback.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Pass to Nurkic. The pass to Powell. A three-pointer off the mark. Dallas leading by 17. Finney-Smith kicks to Porzingis. Can't hit from in close. And so Lillard will bring it up for the Trailblazers. On up the court. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Man, you got to love the intensity of Covington. I mean, he's a consistent shooter from beyond the arc. And he's a player that also isn't afraid to get dirty on the glass for rebounds. That's a nice combination. Nice stroke, but still he'll do some dirty work too.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Anthony's checked in. Dwight Powell's checked in for the Mavericks. Jalen Brunson comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. Doncic passes to Brunson. A step back shot here. Goes back up. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Covington's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Lillard. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. McCollum's got 3 assists tonight.
And great ball movement from CJ. That's the unselfish play you want from your guards.
And here's Doncic from the arc. Brunson finds Doncic. Dallas, no good that time either.
Boy, just not scoring with the efficiency he'd like to. Tough quarter for him.
And that one's good, Anthony.
Well, you got to respect the jump shot of Anthony because he's got the ultimate green light. And because of that freedom, he's a dangerous guy on the perimeter.
Now, here's Doncic. 10 points for him. To the wing right side. The wide open look here for Porzingis. And he wills that one in. Sinking right through off the back iron.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
Doncic with the steal. Fast break Dallas. This one for 3. Another 3 for Dallas.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
Dallas leading by 17. Dallas moving the ball around. Powell kicks to Finney-Smith. Off target from outside.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Pass to Brunson. There's the 3. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Covington into the lane. Kicks it out to McCollum. Drills the 3-pointer. McCollum's got 5 points so far.
Unselfishness always admirable in a basketball player, and Covington consistent at giving it up when one of his teammates is open.
Doncic passes to Powell. Back to Doncic. Trying to find Porzingis. Gets it to him. Shoots over Covington. Dishes it to Powell. Nurkic with the block. They recover it. And the dunk by Powell. Trailblazers trail by 16. It's Covington on the wing. He dishes it to Carmelo. McCollum outside. 5 on the clock. Nurkic kicks to Lillard. Shoots over Doncic. And that one comes up a bit short. Looking to get back on track here. Brunson finds Porzingis. 3-pointer. And the officials call over the back. A little too aggressive there.
He must have thought he was a jungle gym the way he was climbing all over his back. Easy call.
Yeah, that's a good one there, man. I tell you, I appreciate the effort, but he overdid it just a bit there. He needed to get called for the foul.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Ennis Cantor's checked in for Nurkic. Collins comes in for Robert Covington. Now he's checked in for McCollum. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard.
And the shooting form of Anthony, just perfect. He's dangerous with the catch and shoot and just terrific at scoring when in rhythm.
Richardson, no luck. And so it's the Dallas Mavericks with a 14-point lead as we bring the quarter to a close. Things have been clicking offensively, defensively, you name it. And they are riding this wave of momentum. We'll return shortly. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery.
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Collins is out there with Ennis Cantor. Then there's Norman Powell. Then it's Anthony, and it's Simons in at the point. That's the group on the floor for Portland.
Look at the big fella working on that possession. He knows how to fend guys off and get those rebounds.
Trailblazers trail by 14. From about 16, drained for 2 points. Simons has got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for the Trailblazers. Brunson against Powell. Richardson the pass to Hardaway. No good with the triple.
You know how good a shooter he is. It's frustrating for him when he's not able to knock down that kind of wide open look.
The offensive rebound. Powell poked loose. It's stolen by Marjanovic. Here's Richardson, and it's Richardson slamming it down.
Richardson getting points in transition. Easy buckets thanks to his hustle after the steal. That's how you take advantage of the turnover.
Outside Anthony. Greg, in New York, you obviously played in a number of championship contending teams. What do the Knicks have to do to get back to that feel, that kind of team?
Well, listen, it starts with stability across the board, but mainly that means at the top. And you got to give this new front office, this new regime, an opportunity. I think they got some good young pieces. But title contenders are not in a constant state of flux right now. They've got to take their baby steps here and start moving in the right direction.
Like you say, it does begin in the front office. And it's the Mavericks with the ball after the Trailblazers pick up 2. Brunson the bounce pass. Here's Marjanovic. Excellent D from Cantor. Trailblazers trail by 12. Here's Anthony. Here's Collins, and finished off by Collins.
You always hear about chemistry. That's a perfect example, knowing where each other is at all times.
Dallas calls timeout. And at this point of the game, getting a break here, important for the teams to regroup. And for the players, this is where you have a chance to get rehydrated with Gatorade. Get ready to play strong to finish off the game. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Nurkic checked in for Cantor. Robert Covington comes in for Zach Collins. McCollum's checked in for Anthony. And Damian Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simon. And then for Dallas, Zingas, he's checked in for Melly. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Richardson. And Doncic is subbed in for Jalen Brunson. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Rick Carlisle's huddle. His concern was both their inconsistency and their amount of three-point shots. He said, let's move the ball for good shots. If you have an open three, take it. Otherwise, let's attack the rim and put some pressure on these guys. Kevin?
Thanks, David.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Doncic against Lillard. Pass to Nurkic. Back to Lillard. A three ball. A rebound by Marjanovic. Marjanovic has got 9 rebounds now tonight. Finney-Smith kicks to Doncic. They get it back. Marjanovic, no good. And so it's McCollum with it. He brings it up for the Portland Trailblazers. Here in the fourth, they've allowed just 4 points.
Watch out now. When this guy gets into a rhythm, it is something to behold.
We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Doncic against Lillard. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. And the dunk by Doncic.
Well, the main weapon in Doncic's attack. He really excels at finding lanes and then taking advantage of them.
Pass to Covington. The pass to Powell. Let's go. That one doesn't drop. Now the Mavericks take it the other way.
And now as the clock ticks down, this is going to end up as a solid victory here for Dallas.
This is a game where the defense, steals specifically, generating a lot of opportunities.
And it created possessions for them, scoring opportunities, and that effort, a big part of what will be a nice victory here tonight.
Here's Lillard, following the basket by Kristaps Porzingis. Lets it go. Releases from the wing and drills it. Here's Doncic. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. The dish to Hardaway. Unloads. And it's Doncic missing. break. Here come the Trailblazers. A putback, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Covington's got it back down to single digits for Portland.
Boy, how about the effort and energy that time by Covington. Just worked his way right to the glass and got the follow-up basket.
So we see the Mavericks get the win here. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, GF. And those are the starting lineups. Lots of interest. Hi and welcome everyone here on 2K Sports. Can't wait to get some NBA. So let's take a look at the starters for the Dallas Mavericks. Marjanovic is out there with Porzingis. Then there's Tim Hardaway Jr. Then there's Doncic. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3 slot. And for the Clippers, Ibaka is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Paul George. And it's Jackson in at the point. Now here's Jackson. Leonard inside, and he banks in the layup. Leonard's got the opening basket of the game for the Clippers. And Brent, these teams boasting great depth. Many feel that's a hallmark of a great front office.
If you go back and you look, Kevin, at some of the teams that have made deep playoff runs or eventually won the championships, that tinkering about bringing in a veteran or just one piece to make that next step for that one matchup or that one series, finding contributions like that up and down the roster, absolutely, that can make a difference.
So it's the Clippers now. The Mavericks making the shot. Jackson kicks to George. Back to Jackson. Outside Leonard. Outside George. Offline with his 3. And it's Porzingis with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. To the left side wing. And that's an intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Doncic passes to Porzingis.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult.
George against Hardaway. Now here is George. Not a lot of room. Down low. Here's Zubac. That falls. Nice speed that time from George.
Yeah, we love when great offensive players get in a scoring rhythm, but Paul George right now in a great passing rhythm tonight.
And the Croatian big man, Ivica Zubac, a big hip-hop fan. His teammates call him Zupac.
It's amazing that he was traded from the Lakers to the Clippers, so still home games here at Staples Center. Well, Porzingis in the early part of his career has had some phenomenal first halves of seasons. In the second half has faded. You really just want to see a complete year from Kristaps Porzingis where he can dominate. A big fellow with the ability and confidence at the free throw line is something that every team wants. Don't have to make those late substitutions. Keep your big guys on the floor.
Now here is George. Pass to Leonard. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Now the Mavericks moving it up. Here's Porzingis, and the dunk by Porzingis.
So many different offenses that Tim Hardaway Jr. has played in, but he's trying to improve in his on-court awareness. A good show of it there.
Now here is George. And here's Jackson. Inside, Zubac, and the dunk by Zubac.
Now this is what his coaches like to see. Jackson making an effort to distribute the ball in that situation.
Doncic against Jackson. Doncic outside. Out to the right wing. Here's Finney Smith. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
George against Hardaway. And George kicks to Jackson. Shot clock at 6. The dish to Ibaka. Outside for George. We've got 1:18 left here in the opening quarter. And they're pushing it up. Here's Finney Smith.
Yeah, easy call.
This is his first trip to the line tonight. And he knocks down the first one. And a new group getting ready for Dallas. Dwight Powell's checked in for Marjanovic. Nicolo Melli comes in for Porzingis. Josh Richardson's checked in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Doncic. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Now here's Batum. He's guarded closely. Kennard for three. And no good that time. Dallas leading by 6. Richardson gets a wide open look. The 19-footer is on the money.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Beverly, the pass to Kennard. Back to Beverly. Now the pass to Batum, and he lays it straight in.
I feel like Patrick Beverly has incredible awareness for every second that he plays on the floor. Spots the wide open man, gets it to him.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Richardson the pass to Brunson. Oh, that's blocked. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Batum. Here's Brunson. Pass to Cauley Stein. Just 5 to shoot. Batum with the steal. It's tipped and stolen by Cauley Stein. Brunson the pass to Richardson. Basket good.
A good sense right there of Richardson understanding space and that he could get there. Nice pull-up.
Beverly for 3. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And so it's the Dallas Mavericks in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of... And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Mavericks?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
I couldn't ask for a better one right now. Just a complete rhythm by all the guys who got some minutes. Wonderful start.
We've got Ibaka, Patrick Beverly out there with Luke Kennard. Then there's Batum, and it's Man in at the 3. They're the group out there for the Clippers starting the second quarter. Now, here's Kennard. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Here's Man. It's rebounded by Brunson. Mavericks leading by 8. Cauley Stein with it, and Batum picks him up defensively. Richardson, no luck. Here's Man. Ibaka, the pass to Man. Looking for Kennard. He gets it in there. At the top of the key, Batum. Beverly for 3. The shot, no good. Now the Mavericks take it the other way. Here's Richardson. Down it goes. His third basket. He's now 3 for 4.
Now, even though he's slightly built, Richardson does play a physical game. Remarkable how much contact he absorbs.
Now here's Beverly. Six to shoot. Here's Batum. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Brunson against Beverly. Now here's Powell. He's tightly guarded. Brunson the pass to Melly. Dallas moving it around. Stolen away. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Beverly with the ball. And Batum kicks to Beverly. The Mavericks pull it in. Richardson attacking. Oh.
One part about Josh Richardson's game is the speed factor. Turns on the jets when he's taking it to the rack.
And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Back to Beverly. Out left to the wing. Here's Man. The shot, no good. And it's Dallas the other way. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. Greg, you and I have talked about how the NBA Finals used to be tape delayed. What's the value of fans getting to see the broadcast live now as opposed to tape delayed as it was back in the 70s?
Isn't that weird to even think that that's
the
case?
I know
but,
it.
You know, I think, Kev, that the fans, they just feel more connected to their favorite teams, the end players. It creates more anxiety, right? Because nowadays there's nothing that can happen that you don't know about it, whether you see it or not. So live sports, especially the NBA Finals, the anticipation, that anxiety that we talked about, man, I'm still a fan to this day in a different way. So I can only imagine when you have a personal vested interest in a team, what that's got to feel like.
Edge of your seat, you're right. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Jackson looking it over. On the wing, George. He feeds it to Ibaka. Outside for George. A three from Leonard. It's hauled in by Porzingis. Dallas leading by 12. Here's Finney-Smith. The shot, no good. Great D that time from Leonard. Jackson drives in. Ibaka, and Ibaka slams it in.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
Jackson against Doncic. Passes to Marjanovic. Pulls up. And too long on the shot.
D giving him that shot, and that's probably not a good idea, but I guess they knew what they were doing that time.
Shot is good, and the Mavericks lead is cut down to 8 on the bucket from Jackson.
And with a quick first step, Jackson remains a threat to drive on any defender.
Doncic right side. Stolen by Jackson. And so it's Dallas holding on to an 8-point lead.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Dallas has the edge here at halftime. They have an 8-point lead. And, Shaq, what did you do? Man, that...
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go. We've seen Josh Richardson really having a great game.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half, just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half. I'm wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. On the floor for Dallas. Doncic out there with Hardaway. And there's Porzingis. Then there's Marjanovic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3, the small forward. Here's Zubac. After Luka Doncic's bucket, Zubac kicks to George. There's the feed to Ibaka. And he gets the whistle. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Batum's checked in. Josh Richardson's checked in for Dallas.
And with good length and athleticism, Doncic not only gets to the rim, but boy, can he finish.
On the wing, Jackson. Outside, George. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. And it's Leonard missing.
The defense is tough as it comes right there. He's a hard man to deny when he gets the ball to the rim.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Man's checked in, and it's Patrick Beverly in for Reggie Jackson. And Dallas also making a switch. Jalen Brunson, he's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Now here's Porzingis. Brunson finds Porzingis. Shoots from the corner. Paul George grabs the miss.
And after burying 3 straight shot opportunities, finally a miss there. Still feeling the momentum, though.
Changing ends quickly. He's rewarded with a high percentage look.
Yeah, the defense trying to do their best to slow him down. But when he gets room like that, you got to look out.
The free throw drops for Leonard. Greg, you and I talk about the big man, his role in the current NBA, and how they can possibly carry the standard for the great centers before them. And you played with the great one in Patrick Ewing, so you have a great appreciation, I would think, for him.
Oh, no doubt about it. And I think two guys kind of separated themselves a little bit.
Oh!
Look at that.
Paul George dunk contest, he's maybe a little over, but I love to see him get up.
Brunson against Beverly. Pass to Doncic. Out to the right wing. Marjanovic passes to Doncic. Lock at 6. No good. Excellent D there from George. And here we go. Fast break. Beverly's got it. Leonard with the bucket.
Oh, that's a nice dime from Patrick Beverly there. Distributing the ball from the point guard position.
Dallas leading by 7. Now, here's Doncic. He has 6. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go. And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to do a challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Kennard's checked in. Beverly, the pass to Leonard. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. Leonard's got 9.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Doncic outside. To the paint. Here's Richardson, and the rejection by Zubac. And here again, Los Angeles in transition. Up the court they go. And it's Leonard missing. And so Doncic will bring it up for the Mavericks. And the rejection by Zubac. And an intentional foul right there. Tim Hardaway Jr. is checked in for Jalen Brunson. Dallas on defense. 6-point lead. And the rejection by Marjanovic. Here's Doncic. Richardson left side. Outside, Porzingis. Back to Richardson. Beyond the arc. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Mavericks lead by 8.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Beverly, the pass to Leonard. That's in for his 5th field goal of the game. Makes him 5 for 12 so far.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Doncic feeling it out. Here's Porzingis. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Out of bounds. It'll be Mavericks ball.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
For the Clippers, Baca comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Patrick Beverly. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
Well, they're getting stops, and they're attacking on the offensive end.
Yeah, coaching staff probably loves this, just grinding out defensive possessions, which is helping them get back into their offensive flow.
And while they still have the lead, boy, was that important to keep it from shrinking.
Jackson passes to Kennard. 1 second left. Offline.
Porzingis patrolling the floor, getting his arms up quickly to alter those.
And so it's the Dallas Mavericks with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. We're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. Back right after this. And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Paul George is out there with Ibaka. Then there's Reggie Jackson. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Zubats in at the 5. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Ibaka, no luck.
And battling hard on the glass, they hold the advantage here so far.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Marjanovic finds Doncic. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. And that's a foul called on Porzingis. That'll be his second foul of the game. Clippers trail by 6. Now George. Ibaka down low. Guarded by Marjanovic. Kennard the pass to George. Shot clock at 6. Porzingis with the steal. Here's Doncic. Lost contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Wow, has he flipped the switch at halftime. Much more effective here in the second half.
That free throw good from Doncic.
And what's so impressive about Doncic, the maturity. Yes, he's polished, but he's got a completeness to his game at such a young age.
George dishes to Jackson. Right side George. Feeds to Ibaka. And Ibaka slams it in.
And not the most flamboyant dunker, but Ibaka goes to the rack with rude intentions nonetheless.
And the pass to Finney-Smith. And now we've got the intentional foul. Leonard, he's checked in for Luke Kennard. The Mavericks also with the sub. Jalen Brunson, he's checked in for Luka Doncic. We've gone about a minute and a half into the fourth quarter. It's Hardaway with the drive.
Tim Hardaway Jr., great momentum right to the rim.
Clippers trail by 9. Leonard on the wing. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson.
Timeout.
Jackson's got 3 assists in the game. And the Mavericks call time here.
And he could tell his guys starting to wear down a little bit. Call time to just let them get their legs back under them.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Doncic is checked in. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, I heard Rick Carlisle during that last break talking with the team. He's encouraged where they are at this point in the game, but he told his guys things can turn in a blink. What we need to do is execute the rest of the way. So we'll see if they can finish this one off, Kevin.
And so George will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They trail by 7. The Mavericks have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And so confident. Even amongst the trees, Doncic is fantastic at forcing the issue close to the rim.
Yeah, sometimes in a game you settle a little bit before settling in, and right now I think he's a big factor in how they're getting to the line.
Hardaway against George. Right side Leonard. George finds Leonard. A rebound by Marjanovic. Mavericks leading by 9, and he commits the intentional foul. The first one falls. And he makes both free throws. Greg, you were drafted 12th overall by the New York Knicks and then 2nd overall by the Grizzlies in the expansion draft. So you've had a very unique view of being in that position in 2 different settings.
Yeah, I mean, 2 very different cities, but really each beautiful in its own way. The New York draft, obviously coming out of college, that was like a dream come true to go and play for Pat Riley and then get the opportunity to go and be a part of a brand new team in a new country, if you will, was also a really cool experience as well.
I hope we can take a petition started by you and me to get the NBA back in Vancouver. I miss
and
going
Seattle,
to
right? Let's get back in both those cities.
Exactly. Doncic kicks to Finney-Smith. On the wing, Hardaway. Pass to Marjanovic. Passes it to Porzingis. 3 on the clock. Dallas, no good that time either. Clippers trail by 9. Leonard attacking. This is to Jackson. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Here's George. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Paul George does a great job changing speeds right there, and that's a huge part of his athleticism. Takes it strong to the cup and just daring a defender to come at him.
And the second of 2 is good. That brings them within 8.
You know, the team's struggling to come back. He really wanted all of those free throws.
Doncic against Jackson. Fires top of the key. Here's Marjanovic. There's the pass to Finney-Smith. Out to Hardaway. To the inside. Over in the corner, Porzingis. Stolen by George. Leonard inside. Stolen by Hardaway.
And now the go-to guy in these situations. Leonard can handle that kind of pressure in the big moment as well as anyone.
For Dallas, they've gone 2 of 7 from the field in what's been a cold start to the 4th quarter for them. Outside, Porzingis. Marjanovic finds Hardaway. Over in the corner, Doncic. 5 to shoot. Ibaka with some nice D.
There's a little bit of pressure on him, but not enough to cause him to miss a shot that's in that close. Yeah, Paul George sharpening his swords now. Love to see him take that shot.
Zubac against Doncic. Here's Marjanovic, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That's on Reggie Jackson.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Some padding here on the free throw line. Some good work.
No time to waste on this possession.
Time is not on their side right now. They're aware.
And it's out of bounds. The Clippers able to retain possession here.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Yeah, pestering right now, and that's going to pay some dividends. At some point, there's going to be a turnover.
Outside, Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Always nice to see Porzingis take some strides and get to that kind of glide.
Here's Zubac. And the miss. So we see the Mavericks get the win here. All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Powell is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for Los Angeles, Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then it's Ibaka, then there's Kawhi Leonard, and it's Batum in at the 4 slot. Indoors tonight, 2 experienced teams will be battling.
Well, what you come to expect with experienced rosters are excellent defensive rotations, game plan discipline. These guys know how to play the game, so let's see how this plays out.
Leonard, left side Ibaka, and it's out of bounds. The Clippers able to retain possession here.
A split second late, but almost came up with a steal there.
Absolutely appreciate the effort, though. He really went after it. So close.
Over in the corner, Lillard. Off target from three-point range. George against McCollum. Beverly feeling it out a bit. McCollum against George. And it's Leonard at the elbow. 2 on the clock. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here, and they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. Pass to Powell. Here is Lillard. No one near him. Tries again. Here's Covington. Lays it up off the glass.
Robert Covington is as competitive as it gets, and he gets to the window there.
And how about this stat? Over the course of Robert Covington's career, over 60% of his shots coming from long range.
And Greg, the prototypical 3-and-D guy, you almost want to reverse it because defense has been the pivot point for Robert Covington's emergence as a player in this league. He couldn't believe how open he was. He just couldn't convert it.
Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. Covington's got his second bucket.
You know, often we think of Dame as a scorer first, but they're reminding us of his great ability to pass the rock.
Now here's Beverly. Tipped away. Powell with the steal. Here's McCollum. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
To the middle. Pass to Beverly. Outside, George. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Well, I'll tell you this, if the defense collapses, if it makes a mistake momentarily, Beverly has the kind of basketball IQ to take advantage.
Now here's Lillard. He dishes it to McCollum. Lillard outside. The pass to Nurkic. Shot clock at 5. The baseline J off the mark.
Boy, a miss like that will drive any scorer crazy, especially with the defender giving a cushion.
Here's Leonard to the inside. No good there. Great D that time from Nurkic. Trailblazers leading by 6. And it's McCollum off the drive. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
To the paint, Batum. The shot's good on the assist by Jordan.
The defense has zero clue on how to guard Paul George, a screen and roll genius. Fantastic at knowing when to pass.
Now here's Lillard. He's still scoreless so far in this one. And there's the call on Patrick Beverley. That's his first foul. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Ibaka. Ivica Zubac has checked in for Nicholas Batum. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for George. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Patrick Beverley. Here's Jackson after Enes Kanter's basket. Jackson down low. And there's DeMarcus Cousins on the assist from Jackson.
What a luxury to have someone like DeMarcus Cousins roaming the interior and drawing defensive attention.
Jackson down low. Kennard lays it up and banks it in.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Here's Simons, guarded by Jackson. Simons, the pass to Powell. Portland keeps it going. A new 14-second shot clock. Clippers trail by 4. Here's Leonard. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
Well, that's about recognizing a transition opportunity when it presents itself. Nice job by Kawhi Leonard.
From deep. And it's Simons missing. Up in time. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Trailblazers lead. Damian Lillard told us before the game when asked how he stays
humble beginnings. You know, I'm from.
Well, some of the best stories in our league are about guys who struggled to get to where they are today.
And I really hope the young guys out there are listening to this. You don't have to be a 5-star prospect to achieve your dreams.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And for Portland guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
And why wouldn't they? You see their effectiveness in the open floor. Very difficult to slow down.
Here are the 5 Portland has to start the second quarter. Enes Kanter is out there with Collins. Then it's Anthony. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's Simons in at the point. Powell with it. Guarded now by Jackson. Powell, that's good.
This is Powell at his best. In attack mode, he is hard to stop.
Clippers trail by 6. Kennard finds Cousins. Inside. Here's Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
Ooh, he put a little extra on that one.
He does. He doesn't usually finish soft either. Obviously, he can when necessary, but not that time. Here's Simons. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. No doubt, Greg, you are known being a gritty, in-your-face defender. And when you think of the most hard-nosed point guards in the NBA today, who comes to mind?
For me, I think Chris Paul, I go first because this guy, one, he's a phenomenal two-way player. He'll do whatever it takes to win, even if that means pushing the envelope a little bit. Pat Beverly is another guy, just a flat-out bulldog. Marcus Smart, I think, falls into that category. Again, it's not always about being the most talented, but if you bring an edge about you, that really permeates throughout your team. So those are some guys. Drew Holiday is another guy I'd throw into that mix as well.
Yeah, they all lock in. You're right. McCollum against Kennard. McCollum passes to Collins. Out to Anthony. From past the arc. It's hauled in by Zubac. Clippers trail by 4. Here's George. And Kanter pulls it down. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Cousins. Batum comes in for Ivica Zubac. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Jackson. And foul up, and here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Lillard dishes to Carmelo. Down low. Here's Nurkic. He's off on that one. The Clippers go the other way with it.
And what a unique career Serge Ibaka has had. Some incredible totals for him over the course of his career.
That's right, Greg. I mean, I think people would be shocked to know Serge Ibaka was the first player ever to make 500 threes and have 1,500 blocks. Hard to imagine nobody had ever accomplished that feat. Give credit to Ibaka. He changed his offense and added the three ball.
Passes it to Beverly. Back to George. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to be on Yusuf Nurkic.
Well, Paul George smack dab in the middle of the prime of his career, and maybe underestimated is his drive to win.
No good on that one. And Paul George, Doris, kind of a late bloomer coming up in high school. His older sister used to give him the business on the blacktop. Of course, eventually, he found his stride, and the rest is history.
It took some encouraging from older sis and his high school coach, who actually had to threaten him with running suicides to get the guy to shoot more. And think about it. This guy plays his college basketball.
And, yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call. In Portland, they have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
And as a team, excellent a season ago, about 80% when they got to the line. And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Beverly, the pass to Batum. Outside for George. Rebound by Nurkic. Portland leading by 5. And now Portland on the break. Here's Powell. The putback, and Covington stays with it. Covington's got 6 points.
Well, you can see Covington's speed and transition opportunities. That was a nice job getting out in front.
George dishes to Ibaka. 46 seconds left in the first half. Pass to Kennard. Outside for George. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. George has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, Paul George has always had that aspect to his game. The mid-range where he can be efficient and effective is absolutely on point.
Here's Lillard, and the rejection by Ibaka.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
It's his first trip to the line, and he makes the first.
What's incredible to me about Robert Covington is he enters the league and earns playing time on the defensive end, and he knows that's what's going to ultimately define him. But he has worked so hard to become a shooter, a legit threat from the perimeter. Love that this guy has carved out a career.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles, DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Batum. Leonard comes in for George, and Reggie Jackson subbed in for Luke Kennard. And Ibaka kicks to Beverly. And so it's Portland heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap. Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you back here on our halftime. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. Their field goal percentage was a robust 50%. And that'll do.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. You look at Robert Covington. What a contribution.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters, he has been terrific.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
We've got Ibaka. Batum is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's George in at the 2. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
McCollum, no good.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
And it'll go. And the Blazer lead is cut to just 5 points on the basket from Leonard.
Now, this is a small forward who, because he's 230 pounds, can hold his own down in the low post. That is nicely done.
And it's McCollum in the corner. Knocks down the 3 ball. McCollum's got the lead up to 8 now for Portland.
This guy is cooking right now. He is leading them on the offensive end as they remain in front here.
Beverly, the pass to Batum. Again, the Clippers. If you go step in a time machine, what would you like and dislike about playing in this here at this time?
Well, no doubt about the tempo and the spacing. I think that more than anything allows for the true skill and artistry of the game to be on display. I probably wouldn't want to get switched onto Embiid down low. I would probably dislike that and let it be known vociferously.
But I always pictured you as being fearless, like you would never turn down that kind of challenge.
I wouldn't turn it down publicly.
Kawhi Leonard makes dunks look easy. That ball looks like a grapefruit in his hands.
It's McCollum on the wing, defended by George. McCollum kicks to Covington. Now here's Powell. 6 to shoot. McCollum passes to Covington. Oh, and he clocks it off the glass. Wow.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
Batum dishes to Leonard. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
When the story of Kawhi Leonard is told, it will be about the hard work being the secret of his success. Here was a guy who was not the most vaunted prospect in either high school or college. But boy, he kept his eyes on what he was after, and he kept working.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Ibaka. Ivica Zubac has checked in for Nicholas Batum. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for George. And it's Jackson in for Patrick Beverley. The 3 from McCollum. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. And Doris, you were talking about Leonard's work ethic. Going back to San Diego State, he used to come in at 6:30 in the morning. No lights on in the gym, so he brought his own lamps. I mean, the guy was dedicated.
No doubt, Kevin, and that has been the through line of his career. First to practice, last to leave. He has that hunger to improve, the drive and the desire to put in the time to be great. There's a price to be paid, and he's willing to pay it.
Outside Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Boy, that is absolutely gorgeous by DeMarcus Cousins. Run the offense through your big man, and he will find the open man.
McCollum kicks to Anthony. 1:37 left in the third. Collins passes to Cannon. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
What you love about Enes Kanter to me is every night he's capable of a double-double. He's an efficient low-post scorer and a determined rebounder. This guy can play now. Let's make no mistake.
Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Norman Powell's checked in for Portland. On the wing, Jackson. No points in the game yet for him. Here's Leonard. At basket number 6 to his stat sheet. He's now 6 for 10.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Simons. Powell dishes to Kanter. Back to Powell. And stolen by Cousins. And here we go. Fast break. Cousins has got it. And Ibaka slams it in.
That's the efficiency you want to see from Jackson. Using his poise and vision to make a play.
Here's Simons, guarded by Jackson. Here's Anthony. Great D that time from Leonard. Here now the Clippers. They're on an 18-5 run. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And everything is dropping for them. Terrific second half run.
And I think it's been all about their offensive efficiency, shooting the lights out in this quarter.
Anthony kicks to Kansas. Back to Anthony. Leonard with the steal. And now the Clippers on the break. Jackson's got the ball. Right on the bucket. Ibaka's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
Simons, the pass to McCollum. Banked in off the glass. McCollum's got 5 points now in the quarter.
If there's a weakness in your defense, McCollum will find it. Reads the floor exceptionally well.
Kawhi Leonard has been up. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
I'll tell you, in today's game, you want skill and decision-making at every position.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. On the court for the Trailblazers, Robert Covington out there with Anthony. Then it's Damian Lillard. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic. And it's Simons in at the shooting guard. Nurkic kicks to Lillard. 5 on the clock. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. And now let's revisit that exceptional mobile one block.
And read the play perfectly. Gets himself in the air at the right moment. Terrific denial.
Pass to Leonard. Back to George. Dishes it to Batum. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. Leonard against Anthony. And Ibaka kicks to Leonard. Traps in the tray. Leonard's got the lead up to 11 now for Los Angeles.
And he's shaking off that slow start, giving them a boost here in the second.
George against Lillard. And there's the pass to Anthony. Here's Simons. Over Beverly. Nurkic. It's good on the putback.
And this is where Nurkic gets a lot of his points, staying active even after the shot goes up.
Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock into it. Outside for George. Leonard dishes to George. And Covington sends it back.
So disruptive at the defensive end. Look in the box score, and Covington will be the source of blocks and steals consistently.
Over in the corner, Beverly. It's a hand on it, controls the rebound, and puts it back up and in.
You know, his positioning near the hoop, always to his advantage. Just a terrific job to tip that one back in.
Stay there.
Lillard scanning the floor. He kicks it to Carmelo. Pass to Covington. Here's Simons. They get the rebound, and Covington stays with it.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Beverly, the pass to Leonard. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. To the paint, here's Ibaka. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
And Ibaka does a little bit of everything, including rolling quickly after setting that screen.
Lillard against George. Pass to Covington. Here's Anthony. Back to Covington. Shoots over Leonard. That one a little long. Clippers leading by 11. Outside, George. There's a minute 40 left to play in the final quarter. Launches a three. Rebounded by Covington. Covington's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. It doesn't go for him. The Clippers go the other way with it. Leonard from deep three-point land. Lillard with the rebound.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Yep, that one goes. Simons has got it back down to within single digits for Portland.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
The very definition of quality transition offense. If it can end at the cup, it's exactly where you want it.
Leonard dishes to Batum, and he comes up with the deuce. And the Clippers lead by 11.
Guys, I think this is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here in what looks to be a solid win for the Clippers.
This was a very efficient offense tonight.
And they found a way to get their shots to go down. A little luck didn't hurt. A lot of their 50-50 shots fell their way.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Kawhi Leonard.
No doubt he came to play tonight. This guy has been aggressive and effective.
And there's the foul. It goes on Serge Ibaka. That is his first foul of the game. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Giles checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Little comes in for Robert Covington. Derek Jones, he's checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Rondé Hollis-Jefferson in for Damian Lillard. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that gentle touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by. Morris outside. For the three. That shot misses. So the Clippers with the win. A confident win and one where they clear. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Enes Kanter is out there with Norman Powell, and it's Nurkic in at the 5. And for Dallas, Kristaps Porzingis is out there with Marjanovic. Then there's Tim Hardaway Jr. Then there's Luka Doncic, and it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 slot. Some of the best in the game go at it here tonight. Chris, what an incredible guard matchup we have here in this one.
Oh, Kevin, there are some all-time greats playing at the guard spots these days. It'll be a fun matchup to watch.
Count that one.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult.
Lillard up top, guarded by Doncic. Lillard, the pass to McCollum. That shot off the mark. So the Mavericks will take it the other way. Lob pass to Porzingis. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
and putting his long arms there to good use. Porzingis has a large catch radius on those alley-oops.
Lillard dishes to McCollum. Porzingis with the block. And he goes out of bounds. That one off Porzingis. We're about 1 minute into the first. Powell kicks to McCollum. Powell with it. Now guarded by Porzingis. And Cantor wide open. He shoots. Wide open. Couldn't capitalize. The pass to Hardaway. Dallas moving it around. Sinks it. And the shot from Porzingis.
Such assertiveness. This is why Porzingis is a go-to option on offense. Never afraid to take a big shot.
Now here's Lillard. Now McCollum to the inside. Porzingis with the steal. Pass break Dallas. Doncic passes to Porzingis. Back to Doncic. Hardaway kicks to Marjanovic. Hardaway trying to free himself up. And it's Dallas with another.
Oh, great ball movement there.
For Portland, they've gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Lillard against Doncic. Lillard surveying the D. 6 on the shot clock. McCollum dishes to Nurkic. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Richardson, he's checked in for Dallas. Jalen Brunson comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Coach is liking what he's seeing from his offense.
And, guys, they put the defense on the defensive.
Now here's Brunson. Near the three-point line, it's Doncic. And that one hits back iron.
Oh, he found the open space from mid-range. Just maybe rushed his release a little bit.
And the basket by Lillard.
Now, what more can you say about Lillard's gritty demeanor on the court? I guess contact doesn't bother.
Here's Brunson. Kicks it out to Richardson. Pass to Marjanovic. Porzingis with the ball. .153 left to play in the first quarter. Powell, the pass to Nurkic. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
And at 280 pounds, I mean, Nurkic is difficult to deter, even when you hit him. I mean, he's just so strong.
Now here's Brunson. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Doncic passes to Marjanovic. And here's Brunson. Now here's Marjanovic. Steps back and fires. Dallas again missing. And it's Lillard with the ball. He brings it up for the Portland Trailblazers. Trailing by 2.
Oh, this is the kind of ball movement they want to get from Cantor. Scan the floor, and when you spot the open man, get it to him.
Now, here's Doncic. 58 seconds left in the first quarter. Richardson outside. 2 free throws coming up, and here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Now here's Anthony. Lillard fires away from way outside. No luck that time in the shot that would have put them on top. Brunson the pass to Doncic. No good that time. Anthony with the defensive effort. And here they go. Finished off the break.
A He creates so much offense. I mean, Lillard puts intense pressure on the defense to react.
Doncic against Anthony. And the dunk by Doncic.
Oh, Kevin, not a petty, not a Manny, but a facial.
Oh, a bounce to the outs, Greg? Yeah, showing off the bunny. Intercepted. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Mavericks. And before the game, we ran into Damian Lillard, who touched him.
What we've learned is staying together.
And Greg, of course, he helps keep everyone on the same page.
He communicates well with his teammates, and he listens. That's why they trust him. The discussions go both ways.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And what do you think, guys, about Dallas here in this one?
Attacking, drawing fouls. They won that first quarter at the line.
They were just the more aggressive team. I mean, feeding off this crowd's energy.
We've got Hardaway. He's out there with Josh Richardson. And it's Melly in at the 4 spot. So that's who Dallas starts the second with. On defense, Portland. Hardaway kicks to Finney-Smith. Just 5 to shoot. Powell, the pass to Melly. Shoots over Covington. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. They could retake the lead after trailing for a while.
Nice work to hang around and just give yourself a chance. Put yourself in position. And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Here's Finney-Smith following the score by Damian Lillard. Finney-Smith passes to Hardaway. Greg, with your son getting drafted, you joined the ranks of some historic NBA father-son duos.
You know, I got the opportunity to play with Arvydas Sabonis in Portland, and remember DeMontis as a little kid.
Now
he's an all-star last year. You know, I think you're going to have an influx of that in the coming years. Dwayne Wade's son is a terrific player. We know about LeBron's son's ability. He's possibly heading to the league one day. You just never know. I'm as a dad, it's going to get the opportunity to watch his son play excited, but I think you're going to see more of this in the future.
Cole and Greg Anthony. I like the way that sounds.
Nice work to get it inside and draw contact.
The Trailblazers shooting their first free throws at this point.
And as a team, excellent. A season ago, about 80% when they got to the line.
He's perfect from the line this time. And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. Doncic outside. Pass to Melly. Hardaway against McCollum. Right side Hardaway. The 3 for Doncic. Cans it from downtown. Doncic has got 7 points in the game.
And he can play the long-range game, the mid-range game. He takes it to the rack. Doncic is a versatile 3-level scorer.
Here's Simons. Collins wide open. He fires. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. He lobs it up. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. Doncic with the block.
And not exactly quick off the floor, but Luka uses great anticipation to make defensive plays.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Here's Finney-Smith. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Outside Hardaway. Passes it to Melly. 4 on the shot clock. And it's good, assisting on the play with Hardaway. And now a 3-point Dallas lead.
Yeah, he's shown terrific control of the pace and the rhythm of this offense.
Oh, man, so unselfish. She's doing a great job creating for others and making pinpoint passes.
The wide open look here for Anthony. That shot off.
Oh, the defense with no impact at all. Just didn't have the feel for his jump shot.
And Hardaway gets it to go.
Oh, don't forget about this fella for a second. He is the definition of dangerous.
McCollum passes to Simons. Portland moving the ball around. Collins. No good again that time. Mavericks leading by 5. Inside. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
Oh, man. Cauley Stein is just a workhorse down inside. And because of his efforts, he earns a lot of tough foul calls in the process.
And the Mavericks with some changes. Marjanovic checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Porzingis comes in for Nicolo Melli. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Hardaway. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Nurkic checked in for Zach Collins. Enes Kanter comes in for Robert Covington. Norman Powell's checked in for Carmelo Anthony. And Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. The pass to Powell. He kicks to Nurkic. Portland no good that time either. And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for the Mavericks. Only giving up 6 here in this quarter. Great positioning on the putback. And the Mavericks lead by 9.
And battling hard on the glass, they hold the advantage here so far.
Lillard against Cauley Stein. Kanter, the pass to McCollum. Out of bounds. Dallas will take possession.
I mean, come on, fellas. Keep your head in the game. I mean, that pass should have been basic.
A different look for Dallas. Mike Powell comes in for Marjanovic. And Josh Richardson subbed in for Cauley Stein. Doncic, no good.
His shot's just, it's not there right now. With this team leading, perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game. No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
No, doing anything they can to stop the bleeding, but so far they've had no answers.
Here's McCollum. Lays it up off the glass. McCollum's got his first 2 points of the night.
Oh, McCollum, he's a threat in transition. He excels at leaking out, and then he knows where to run in the open floor.
The alley-oop, and so it's Dallas. Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime, so we'll be back in just...
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basket. The first quarter for the Mavericks was fairly even. The largest lead they had was 6 in the open. And that's going to...
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. You have to like what you're seeing from Luka Doncic.
And even with the defense shading towards him on every trip down, he still finds a way to come up big.
He's so good at reading opportunities and seizing up on whatever the defense gives up.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. On the court for the Trailblazers. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Enes Kanter is out there with Nurkic, and it's Powell in at the small forward position. And here are the Mavericks now, after the Trailblazers pick up 2. And another fast break for Portland. The Trailblazers running. Yes! And the foul. It's on Luka Doncic.
And the transition D right now, just non-existent.
You know, Greg, when you were in New York, you were on a super team of sorts. Compare that to the super teams they're forming now in the NBA.
Oh, we've always had super teams. And this misnomer that this is something that's just come about with this era is, to me, absurd. You've always had it. Whether the difference nowadays is I think the players have more say in where they go. And they can orchestrate how a team is constructed, but it's always existed. And the reality is this: you become a super team when you win a lot.
Sure.
And that's what really dictates how super your team is.
Lillard dishes to Nurkic. Back to Lillard from outside the arc. It's rebounded by Dallas. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Finney-Smith kicks to Hardaway. Out to Doncic. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Doncic has got 9.
And love how much Doncic believes in himself. It shows when he shoots off the pass like that.
Pass to Powell from deep three-point range. Rebounded by Hardaway. Dallas leading by 6. And that one's good. Doncic. Doncic has got 4 points now in the quarter.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Lillard against Doncic. Pass to Nurkic. Lillard outside. Cantor trying to free himself up.
And with his length, Porzingis can be very disruptive on D. Not easy to get the shot off over that huge frame.
Jalen Brunson, he's checked in for Doncic. Portland also making some changes. Anthony comes in for McCollum, and it's Simons in for Lillard. Left side, Porzingis. The putback, it's good on the putback. Marjanovic has got the lead up to 10 now for the Mavs.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Powell, the pass to Anthony. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Anthony's got his first 2 points. Now here's Brunson. Defense is right there. A different look for Dallas. Dwight Powell's checked in for Marjanovic. And it's Richardson in for Tim Hardaway Jr. Here's Porzingis. The feed to Powell. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Cantor's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. The drive by Anthony, and they pick up 2. Anthony's got his 2nd basket.
And love the muscle Anthony brings to the 3 spot. Takes pride in outworking everyone when he's that deep inside.
Now here's Brunson. Kicks to Powell. Back to Brunson. 6 to shoot. Lets it go from 14. The shot by Powell, no good. Trailblazers trail by 6. And it's denied. Porzingis against Cantor. Pass to Powell. Now here's Brunson. He's covered closely. Back to Powell. Dallas moving the ball around. Sinks it. And the shot from Porzingis.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Cantor, high post. Back to Anthony. To the middle. Lets it go from 11. Off the left rim and out. Mavericks leading by 8. In the corner, it's Richardson. Shoots over Powell. And they call over the back here. Too much contact.
An occasional over-the-back call is fine with him. That's just how he plays and how he attacks the glass.
Yeah, sometimes he's going to keep the possession alive. Sometimes he's going to commit the foul.
Marjanovic checked in for Dallas. Nurkic can't hit.
They know they can't give him that shot. The D's all over it, not even giving him an inch of space.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Powell against Brunson. Shoots over Powell. And the shot falls short this time. That one doesn't go. And so it's the Dallas Mavericks in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal. And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store for us. Doncic and Porzingis, the incredible forward pair. Josh Richardson out there with Jalen Brunson. And it's Marjanovic in at the center position. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas.
You got to know McCollum is looking to fire off the pass. This is why you must play up on him.
Brunson scanning the floor. And Marjanovic with the slam.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
The coaching staff has to be upset. You can't give the opposition easy baskets like this.
Up top, Powell. Richardson cover. Pocket 6. Lillard from outside. Unable to get that one. And the Mavericks going the other way now. They've led by as much as 10. Brunson, good.
Yeah, high IQ basketball from Richardson. Values the easy assist over a risky shot.
Lillard against Brunson. Kicks it out to McCollum. Over in the corner, Lillard. Powell down low. Richardson cover. Kept alive. And the pass to McCollum. Misses the deep three-point attempt.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Here's Marjanovic. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That's on Enes Kanter. And the first one drops. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for the Mavericks. Hardaway comes in for Josh Richardson. And a switch here also for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic. He's checked in for Anthony. Lillard against Doncic. Pass to McCollum. Hardaway with the steal. Fast break, Dallas. Doncic leading the charge. And Doncic throws it down.
And you can tell that Doncic loves leaking out. They're able to get to the right spot there in transition.
McCollum outside. Lillard outside. And Lillard gets double teamed. And with that, the Maverick lead is cut down to 12 on the bucket from Powell.
He's getting hotter the deeper we get into this game. I mean, he didn't give him much of anything in the first half.
Pass to Finney-Smith. To the paint, and the officials calling for a 3-second violation. Trailblazers trail by 12. Passes it to Powell. He kicks it to Kanter. Count it from 12.
Oh, nice touch from the mid-range. You give Kanter this shot, he's happy to take it.
And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Mavericks. The pass to Finney-Smith. Wants to get it to Doncic, and does. Offline with the baseline jumper. Portland's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. And the foul called on Tim Hardaway Jr. That'll be his second foul of the game. Pass to Nurkic. Porzingis with the steal.
Playing a little cornerback there. Anticipates the pass and jumps the route.
And Enes Kanter picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. 1:52 left in the fourth quarter of this one. And Doncic gets it to go.
And certainly not lacking in confidence. When Doncic gets these inside looks, he just jumps all over.
And Lillard kicks to McCollum. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. The 3 for Doncic. That doesn't go either for Doncic.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Hardaway with it. Now defended by McCollum. Pass to Porzingis. Trying to get open is Marjanovic. And it's Porzingis that time on the assist by Doncic. Doncic has got 3 assists tonight. McCollum outside. Kicks it to Powell. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Down through the hoop it goes. That's his 5th make on 9 shots from the floor.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for the Mavericks.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, you know, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
And, you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Luka Doncic.
Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Marjanovic. Redick comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Burke in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And foul on the shot. So the coach's challenge here comes into play. The coach protesting the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And it goes down 2 points.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Here's Brunson. Here's Reddick. Can't get it to fall. So we see the Mavericks get the win here. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage, and they're